Hi, I'm Ed McWilliams, President of Barrier Products in San Diego, California. We are a manufacturer of Level 1 containment systems for pathological, hazardous, and biohazardous commodities. You're receiving this CD because we are making a last-ditch, near-desperate attempt to get your focus on what we consider to be a critical security failing in the airline shipping system. I apologize for the notes I'm going to be reading, but there's many technical points I need to present, so please excuse my reading. This is a coffin, a casket. It is a shipping container. This container, when it's received by your freight agents, is never opened, never inspected, never x-rayed, never checked. This is a 64 cubic foot container. It does not contain vapors or gases. It doesn't contain fluids. It does not contain pathological medical conditions. It weighs typically 200 to 400 pounds, especially if you get the bronze version. This shipping container does nothing to protect your passengers, your crew, your airplane from the contents of the infectious, noxious, and hazardous contents. And hazardous is defined by OSHA. Any embalmed human remains is by definition hazmat, but yet it's placed in a simple metal container or a wooden container. A 64 cubic foot container that's never inspected presents some interesting opportunities. Many of your airlines ship human remains out of country. The casket going out of country, I wonder how many of these could you ship to the Orient or to Northern Europe? Repatriation of human remains from foreign deaths is a very common occurrence. And we have containers of this size and dimension coming in. Anything that your imagination could imagine could be put inside these. Not too difficult. If you recall the incident in mid-2003 of the young man that shipped himself from Montreal down to Houston on American Airlines. So this container, as it's used today and has been used traditionally, we consider to be an extreme security risk. The items I've chosen to jumpstart your imagination because these containers that are never inspected, never opened, never x-rayed, never weighed, for which you charge as a courtesy, a professional courtesy to the funeral industry, a flat shipping fee. Doesn't matter if Aunt Martha weighs 98 pounds or 450 pounds, you charge the same fee. It doesn't matter if Aunt Martha is going in a plain pine box or going in a 400-pound bronze casket. You charge the same fee. Times are tough. I think it's a good opportunity to show a more reasonable perspective. I want to draw your attention to a system we've developed called the BSS system AeroPak. In this container, we have responded to the 3 layers of protection required by CFR 6.2. You have a sealed outer container that contains the inner container, bolstered on the end and the bottom. It's a wood shipping tray. So inside here is the shipping container, which is your BioSeal pouch, as demonstrated before, which contains your human remains. Take your human remains, put them in the pouch, use the heat sealer. The banding is here inside to hold the remains so they don't slide out. You don't have any hands, arms, and feet coming out like you've been known to have happen. Band that to the inside container. Place your lid Now you've got 2 levels of containment. Place your 3rd layer on here. Take it down, band it, and now you achieve 6.2 compliance. The multi-layer polyfoil laminate, that is the BioSeal material, is manufactured to contain any medical condition, any pathological condition, any biological condition. No hazmat can escape this pouch. When the human remains are biosealed, nothing escapes the pouch. So that's your primary containment device. Secondary containment is achieved through the inner box. The drop test, all that is achieved with the outer container, the wooden ends and bottom for compliance. What we would like to bring your attention to is what we call a universal HR shipping system. We would like to see only licensed funeral directors can present human remains to your shipping agent. No employees, no friends, no relatives are allowed to bring human remains in for shipping. The funeral director must accompany and present in person the HRs to your freight agent. The second step is the funeral director will present the HRs in the unstrapped condition. All we want your freight agent to do is to verify that the contents are in the BioSeal material. That's all your freight agent has to do. He doesn't have to open anything. Just verify BioSeal pouch. Our material is very plainly marked, easy to recognize. It'll be a visual validation. Your freight agent is only to inspect that and assure the usage of the BioSeal system. The third step is the licensed funeral director, of which the FBI already has a known fixed database. They know who these people are. They know everything about them. That funeral director will close the inner container, close the outer container, and affix a metal identification tag to the outer container. The funeral director will cover the container, put the straps in place. Then your freight agent will accept the human remains for shipment and proceed to run them through the luggage x-ray machines that are currently in use. These devices will fit through nothing. They cannot be x-rayed. This container, which is in use every day, will fit through the luggage x-ray machine. So now your freight agent receives the goods from the funeral director. They're banded, they're strapped, they're identified. He takes the combo unit, puts it through the x-ray machine. If there's no contraband, no cigarettes, no rare Japanese swords, no weapons, no electronic devices obvious through the x-ray machine, then goes on the plane. You've protected your airplane, you've protected your passengers, you've absolutely assured the security of the contents going into or out of the country. I don't want to sound like a TV commercial, but wait, there's more. There's some notable achievements in using this system. You have achieved absolute containment of all known hazards associated with human remains. It doesn't matter if this is a tuberculin case, if this is a SARS case, a smallpox case, what's the monkeypox is the last one. You can ship any human remains or pathological commodity in this container safely. Secondly, you've achieved absolute security with a container that will fit through your x-ray machines. Third, you now can charge your flat rate on a container that weighs about 18 pounds. The human remains being in addition to that. Charge your flat rate for this container that weighs nearly nothing. Something happens here that's really interesting. Now you can charge full freight for the casket if the funeral director wants to ship the casket with the family member. So You achieve cost reduction here, because now instead of charging $250 to ship 600 pounds, you're charging $250 to ship 150 pounds. Over here, you achieve an increase in profit, because now you're charging the funeral director to ship the casket or the coffin or any other paraphernalia that he wants to ship to accompany the body. What we want is for you to give these points some thought, a bit of focus, and ultimately a lot of action. We are here to help and support you with answers, materials, and a lot of experience, because right now we have customers using this configuration every day on just about every airline in this country. What we need is to have this exact same procedure made uniform across the funeral industry and required by the airline shipping people. Pretty simple, pretty basic. Reduces your costs, makes you more money, makes everybody safer, makes the government happier. I don't know how many more winners we could put into this configuration. Thank you for your time. Give us a call if you got any questions.